Prince Harry's meeting with his father in London lasted just 12 minutes, royal author Lady Colin Campbell has claimed. The Duke of Sussex headed to London on Tuesday to visit his father following the monarch's diagnosis. Harry's wife Meghan Markle stayed in Montecito, California, with their 2 children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Harry arrived at London Heathrow at 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday as he headed home after just 25 hours in the UK. He arrived at Los Angeles International Airport around 2:20 am. Sharing an insight into Harry and Charles' meeting, Lady Colin said, "My understanding is actually the meeting lasted exactly 12 minutes, not 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and Harry took it upon himself, without an invitation, to get on a plane, fly over and inform the King's office that he was arriving." She added to GB News, "One could actually wonder who was the visit for. Was it for Harry? Was it for the King? Or was it for Netflix, or was it a combination of all 3? I don't think anybody is particularly convinced that Harry has done this for any other reason but to work himself into the narrative and keep himself at the forefront of the public's attention." Earlier, former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond said that by not meeting Harry, Prince William has shown that he has disowned his brother. She added, "Harry could bunk down in Clarence House, where he used to live, to have the house to himself, or he would follow perhaps by car, if he wasn't going to go in the helicopter with his father and his stepmother. But neither of those things happened. Instead, he went off to a hotel and goodness knows what he did with himself." It does seem extraordinary that no sooner had Harry arrived at Clarence House, less than an hour later, the King and Queen left. Last night the Prince of Wales spoke about the King's cancer diagnosis for the first time as he expressed his gratitude to the public for the kind messages of support. William's words of praise, delivered during a fundraising gala dinner, also recognised those who wished the Princess of Wales well, as she recovers from planned abdominal surgery. He told the guests, "It means a great deal to us all." The heir to the throne was back at work on Wednesday supporting the King as his brother, the Duke of Sussex, travelled home to America following a whirlwind trip to see their father. William had taken time off to support his family after Kate's operation on January 16, and returned to public duties once her care and recovery had settled. But his first day back on duty came as the royal family was dealing with the health scare surrounding his father, the head of state whose reign will pass the 17-month mark on Thursday. William gave his pre-dinner speech at the event, raising funds for London's air ambulance charity's new fleet of helicopters, where guests included Hollywood star Tom Cruise and Arsenal Football Club manager Mikel Arteta. The Prince said, "I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you, also, for the kind messages of support for Catherine and for my father, especially in recent days. It means a great deal to us all. It's fair to say the past few weeks have had a rather medical focus, so I thought I'd come to an air ambulance function to get away from it all." Weekly audiences between the King and Rishi Sunak are expected to resume in person in 2 weeks following Charles's cancer diagnosis, it is understood. Downing Street and Buckingham Palace took the unusual step of confirming details of a call between the two on Wednesday, in an attempt to show the King was carrying on with his duties. The Prime Minister wished Charles well in a brief phone conversation before formal face-to-face audiences are set to start again on February 21. The King flew to his Norfolk residence, Sandringham, on Tuesday following a reunion with his son the Duke of Sussex at a meeting in London. But there was no meeting between the estranged siblings William and Harry, who have had a fractured relationship for a number of years, exacerbated after the Sussexes stepped down as working royals, moved to America and aired a string of grievances against the royal family. William may step in to represent his father at an event, but no engagements are scheduled at the moment and the royal palaces will make arrangements if the need arises. Kate left hospital last Monday and returned to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor to be reunited with her 3 children, but the 42-year-old future Queen is not expected to return to official duties until after Easter. Should Harry have spent longer with his family? Vote in our poll here to have your say. Royal officials revealed on Monday that Charles has been diagnosed with a form of cancer and has begun treatment. Here is the statement from Buckingham Palace in full. During the King's recent hospital procedure for benign prostate enlargement, a separate issue of concern was noted. Subsequent diagnostic tests have identified a form of cancer. His Majesty has today commenced a schedule of regular treatments, during which time he has been advised by doctors to postpone public-facing duties. Throughout this period, His Majesty will continue to undertake state business and official paperwork as usual. The King is grateful to his medical team for their swift intervention, which was made possible thanks to his recent hospital procedure. He remains wholly positive about his treatment and looks forward to returning to full public duty as soon as possible. His Majesty has chosen to share his diagnosis to prevent speculation and in the hope it may assist public understanding for all those around the world who are affected by cancer. Follow Mirror Celebs on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.